It's a new season, and that can mean only one thing. The 8 major league teams are raring to go to start their new campaign on a high note. Hello, everyone. I am Metafiction, and we are underway, or just about to be, rather, on season number 19 here at the Simulation Soccer League. We start out, as always, with the Major League, and what an opening match we've got for you. Tokyo SC versus Reykjavik United, the winningest cup team versus the team that is defending their cup title. Later on, we'll have the reigning SSL Major League champion Schwarzwalder taking on CF Catalonia, who will be looking for a better campaign this time out. After that, it'll be Hollywood versus AC Romana, and we'll finish off the day with Unidos Sao Paulo against CA Buenos Aires. It's going to be an incredible season, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with all of you every step of the way. We'll start out, of course, in Tokyo, where Reykjavik United, after falling just short of winning another league title last time out, will be taking on Tokyo SC, a team that looked like title contenders early in the season but fell away as match days progressed. They'll be looking for a better time this time out, looking to really stake their claim among the top teams in this league. And it's a 4-2-3-1, as is customary for Tokyo SC. Ibrahimovic there, and Jude Greer, the reigning MVP, starting at left back. For Reykjavik, it is a 4-2-3-1 as well, but as always, say it with me, Del Pirlo playing off the right shoulder of Jean-Claude Goddam. It's the best time of the soccer calendar, in my opinion. Everyone nodded at 0 points. There's going to be 14 match days worth of soccer, and it begins here in Tokyo, Japan. We are underway for SSL Season 19. There you see Ripley Dieter for Tokyo, the new addition, dribbling the ball out of bounds there. It's a bit of a cagey start to this season and this match by extension. Neither team really creating any chances thus far here in this first half. We're already at the 25-minute mark just about. Neither team managing a shot just yet. It's a bit of a surprise for two usually fairly potent attacks, but Greer with the corner here for Tokyo. Haglund has a shot, and Wall able to tip it over just barely. And sustained pressure for Tokyo with a second consecutive corner. This time sending it into the box, and Wall able to get under it. Reykjavik, of course, one of the dominant teams in this league over the last few seasons. Several league titles, but until last season had serious difficulties sealing the deal in the cup, making several consecutive finals, but ultimately coming up on the losing end every time. Last season, though, they were able to claim that cup that had eluded them, and now looking to do one better and win the league again. But for the moment, it is Haglund for Tokyo, and Tentacles sends it clear, and that is a penalty! Referee has blown for a penalty here, but is going back over the monitor. Didn't really look like a penalty from here. It looked like a clean challenge, but we'll see here in a moment. VAR overturns the penalty. That would have been a real moment of opportunity there for Tokyo, but ultimately overruled. And so at the break, it's not the most exciting match of soccer I've ever seen. It is all square at 0-0. One shot per team so far. See there, Tokyo pressing up just a little slightly higher than Reykjavik so far, but not really much to show for it. This is a very tightly contested game. A lot of struggle in the midfield by the looks of it. Neither team really able to put anything together just yet. We know both these teams have a lot of attacking quality, especially Reykjavik, with that absolutely devastating wing play, and of course Jean-Claude Goddam up the middle. Surely it's only a matter of time before we see a goal in this one. For a moment, though, Tokyo bringing the ball back up, but ultimately losing out. Snooks with a throw-in for Reykjavik. Pirlo lets it run, and Greer gets onto it. Reigning MVP, as revealed very recently. Kaido sends it forward to Hagelin. Hagelin squares it to Ibrahimovic, and it's just past the post. And that's the most exciting chance of this match so far. Zlatan Ibrahimovic firing just past the base of the post. Nicole Jr. had it covered, but Jean-Claude Goddam nearly on goal there, but ultimately Rivest able to get to it first. Playing with fire, Tokyo, giving Goddam a sniff there. Ultimately not punished for it. Through ball through the middle now, though. Goddam to Del Pirlo. Here's a chance. Ney Mourinho. Ney Mourinho absolutely scuffs it. That might have been the greatest opportunity Reykjavik have had today. Couldn't quite make it count. But they do now have a corner, and it's delivered in by Furious Chicken. And out, Ney Mourinho is sending it back. Bit of a header battle. Falls to Scarpetta. Now Armaros. Forward to Chicken. So dangerous, but Adamu able to deal with it. And now here comes Kaido up the far wing. Into Hagelin. Lee. Sending it back for Adamu. Tokyo slowing the pace down a bit. Looking for an opportunity here, but over the top for Ibrahimovic. And fires. And it's pushed over. And another good save by Brickwall Jr. Tokyo is starting to get into the rhythm of this match now as Greer sends in the corner. It's dealt with by Furious Chicken very emphatically. Greer gets back to it. Dieter in for Ibrahimovic, and Ibrahimovic can't bring it in, and it's dealt with. Now Greer running up that far flank. Cross comes in. Looking for Ibrahimovic, might have overhit it. Dieter, though, gets to it. Now here's Dello, off the post and back out. Dello, a new arrival at Tokyo and a trade with Catalonia, very nearly announcing himself in Matchday 1 with a great goal, but instead it clatters off the post. Tokyo really taking the advantage here in the second half, but can they get a goal to show for it? Meanwhile, Reykjavik up at the other end. Snooks. Chicken laying it out for Tentacles, possibly good chance, and forces the corner out of Dieter. Chicken with the delivery. Low cross sent in and headed up into the air and out of danger. Less than 20 minutes to play, still no score, but it is another corner here for Tokyo SC. Greer sending it in. Hagelin had a long shot, and then Lee with a follow-up, and it's another corner kick. You know how the Yokai like their set pieces. Can they engineer something from this one? It's into the 6-yard box, and this time Wall holds on to it. Free kick for Jean-Claude Goddam, and it just skims the top of the net. Some very near misses at both ends here, with 15 to play. Is still all square. Super Hoops. Dello. Out wide, trying to find Kaido, but Snooks is there. Kaido does get it now. Hagelin can't quite get onto it, and it's sent back. Ultimately lands with Reykjavik. It's over the top for Jean-Claude. Goddamn! Well, if this stands, it would be the breakthrough Reykjavik we're looking for. But it won't stand. Goddamn ruled offside. Take a look at the replay, and there it is, clear as day. Jean-Claude Goddam several yards offside. So that goal will come off the board. Time ticking down. It's looking more and more like a scoreless draw. Not for want of trying. Match started a little slow, but really fired into life in this second half. Ibrahimovic intercepting that pass and then attacking third. Now here comes Dieter. Dieter crosses and Hagelin gets the header wrong. Time winding down. It's looking more and more like honors will be shared here at the Nintendo. Greer takes a touch, trying to get past Snooks. Low cross, but Ibrahimovic can't quite get there. Tries again, a little higher this time, and that one's headed out of the box. Cutting it back, trying to find Delo, but Del Pirlo deals with it professionally. And there's the final whistle, and match day 1 of season 19 begins with a scoreless draw. Tokyo SC and Reykjavik unable to be separated on this day. It was a slow start, but ultimately firing into life with a bevy of chances for either side. Brickwall Jr., the goalkeeper for Reykjavik United, will be your player of the match. A credit as well to Fernand Rivest for Tokyo. Both goalkeepers really putting in a shift here. Well, that second half was about as exciting as a 0-0 match can get, in my opinion. Certainly both teams will be looking to really stamp out their credentials early on in the season. A draw perhaps the fairest result for that match. There will be plenty of chances for them to put more points on the board later in the season. But for right now, a 0-0 draw is how we begin today's set of matches. Next up, we move to the Black Forest in Germany, where Schwarzwälder Fußballverein, the reigning SSL Major League champions, take on the team at the other end of last season's table, CF Catalonia. Schwarzwälder, going unbeaten last season, an impressive result, will be looking to defend their title as best they can. Meanwhile, it's a very tough fixture to start the season for CF Catalonia, away to the defending unbeaten champions. They'll be in a bit of a rebuild phase as well after last season's disappointment, but we're able to get some fairly impressive pieces, and a lot of them, in the draft. We'll be looking for a little bit better fortunes this time around. Schwarzwälder's very wing-heavy play style will take on Catalonia's 4-2-3-1. There you see Reykjavik and Tokyo at the top of the standings for the time being, owing to their draw. And we are underway here in Germany. Hakkinen taking it past Poggio with little effort to the end line, crosses in, and that was nearly a header right at the end line from Schmidt. And right out of the gate, Schwarzwälder looking to press the advantage. They will back themselves here as the defending champions. Catalonia is certainly not ones to bow to pressure. Els Segadors will be absolutely up for it in this match. It's a chance to make a real statement on the road against the champions, and they've got a corner here through Joga Bonito. It's ultimately headed away. Bonito does get to it before it goes out of bounds into touch, though. Here's Van Gerritsen, recently traded from Tokyo. Poggio, through ball to Bonito. Bonito takes a touch and shoots past Saran Satrol. And all of a sudden, Schwarzwälder, the unbeaten champions of last season, finding themselves on the back foot here. It's a well-worked through ball to Bonito. Poggio, the one releasing Bonito on the run. A great pass. And Catalonia with a chance to make possibly the biggest upset of the season right here in the second match of that season. How will SFV respond here? Deanne cutting inside. Here's Bierman. Whittington crosses in. Jihao was lurking but couldn't quite get ahead to it. Still in the box. Whittington gets back to it. SFV still with a chance, and Bierman forces the save out of Visgrapo in goal for Catalonia. That goal will have surely woken them up as Schmidt sends that corner in. It's headed away, but Bull does get back to it. Trying to cut inside, De Ali puts the challenge in. SFB still with pressure though. Whittington and Hakkinen can't get to it. Beaten by the Catalunya defender. Well, this would be one heck of a result if Catalunya can hold on to it. At the 30-minute mark, they are still leading Schwarzwälder. But it is an SFB corner here. Schmidt out wide to Wang Jihao. Bull has a go. And Grappo able to palm it away, and Van Gerritsen sending it back up the pitch. Jihao coming very deep to get that one. Whittington. Here's Hakkinen in the box. One away by Van Gerritsen. Maxwell heads down for Bierman and ultimately sending it back to try again. Nearing halftime, but SFB winning the ball in Catalunya's half here. Bierman, the lone presence for midfield for the Trees here. Here's Whittington. Loses the ball, gains it again, and Jihao buries it! But will it stand? VAR will weigh in on this. Was Jihao onside? Yes, he was. Hakkinen released Whittington on the run. Jihao is loosely marked by Tenderloin in the middle. And you can't give Wang Jihao that much space. One of the better strikers, possibly one of the best strikers in the SSL. It's a very tight call. And indeed, Schwarzwälder have equalized, and Catalunya, having had the lead, hoping to hold on till halftime, now find themselves drawing 1-1. Still a phenomenal result when everything's taken into context, but they aren't content. Here's Zervas. Zervas fires, and Saran Satswal tips it over. Catalunya still on the attack just before halftime. I believe we have a Catalunya player down. I believe it was Rupp who was brought down there. Bonito now, standing over the corner kick. Bonito, the goal scorer for Catalunya, to put them up in the first place. And now the delivery will come in. Right into the 6-yard box and headed away. Bonito gets back to it. Trying to cross again, Deali can't get possession. Van Gerritsen, now Bonito again, trying to cross. I apologize, it was Fry, not Rupp. Rupp hasn't been in the league for several seasons now. I don't know what I was thinking. In any case, that is halftime. Embarrassing gaffe by me, notwithstanding. Catalunya did claim the lead early on through the foot of Jogo Bonito, but it's Wang Jihao who's equalized for Schwarzwälder not long before halftime. Will Catalunya be satisfied to see out the draw, or will they press an advantage to try and go back ahead, but risk losing everything? It's these kinds of tactical battles that really define this league. Second half is underway here. Catalunya starting us off, but SFB immediately gaining possession. Ruskin winning it back. Bonito delivering the corner kick. Sent in, headed away. Deali gets back to it though. And Gerritsen. Now Tenderloin has a shot from range. That's easy for Saran Satswal. Poggio delivering the free kick now, trying to hit far post, but headed away by the defense. And Van Gerritsen wins the corner. It's a long shot, deflected behind. Now Bonito will try again. Sends it near post into the defense. Deali getting onto it again. Bonito into the middle, but once again dealt with. SFB's corner defending came to play today as Bull Shoots it off the bar. My goodness, that was close. Zervis tripped up by Bierman, who gets the ball, but Catalonia coming back now. Here's Nelson. SFV gained possession now on the break here. It's Schmidt. Out on the far wing, around Kamenova, and Zhihao nearly putting the SFV in the lead, but does get the corner. Zhihao shoots, and Grappo equal to it. RSFV coming alive here in this second half. Bierman over the top for Schmidt, who heads it back. Deanne trying to put it in the middle. Schmidt wins another corner. Grappo having to lay down at full stretch to push that one behind. Schmidt out to the edge of the area. Wang Zhihao, Heather Bull firing right into Apollo Zervis. Schmidt trying to knock it past Kamenova, but nothing doing. But that clearance was a little suspect. Now SFV still in a dangerous position. Whittington trying to turn and pass Bonito, but ultimately loses control of the ball, and it's behind for a goal kick. Well, I'm sure if you'd offered Catalonia a draw at the start of this match, away to the unbeaten champions, they'd have bitten your arm off. As it stands, though, having been ahead, they seem content to play this draw out, although they are coming forward on the break here in numbers. As soon as I say that, but Poggio's pass back poor, and now it's Hakkinen to Zhihao. Zhihao passed a lot of defenders, and Van Gerritsen gets the foot in just at the right moment. Schmidt standing over it and sending it in at the far post, headed away by Tenderloin. And another diving challenge by Tenderloin puts that into touch. Catalonia had the initiative early on, but ever since that first goal, it has been all SFV. And here they are again, hacking at the edge of the area, inside, and that shoots wide. Less than 10 to play here. Catalonia looking like holding on to this draw, barring some late heroics from SFV. Wang Zhihao, of course, scoring in stoppage time in the Shield to win that trophy for Black Forest. But right now, it is Catalonia who are forward. Coming over to Fry. Nelson takes a touch. Gastone Poggio! As Poggio just made himself a hero for Catalonia. No, he has not. That goal will not stand. And it's a very tight call. They are very unkind there, but offside is offside. Poggio just barely too far advanced, and that goal that would have put Catalonia ahead in a real shocking result will not stand. And this cross comes in, and Heather Bull at the far post. Well, it's a cruel sport, soccer, and I don't think SFV will be complaining. It was a deep throw. Kamenova playing a 1-2 with Zervis. Trying to pass forward, but Bierman put the cross in. Bull was lurking far post. And out of nowhere, SFV might have just escaped with 3 points here. Is there time for Catalonia to get another equalizer? Nelson sends it forward. Deali drops back from an offside position. Now SFV content to hold on to possession, but now coming forward. Whittington. End line cross, and it's Bull again! Well, what once seemed a sure thing has become anything but for Catalonia. In the span of minutes, their win became a draw, became a loss. They'd done so well to get ahead and to remain at 1-1 after SFV scored. But now, SFV have scored 3 unanswered and will walk away with the 3 points today on match day 1. Ruskin coming forward. It crosses at the end line, headed in. Nelson was there, and that is full time. Well, full credit to Catalonia for their performance, especially in the early stages, with the opening goal courtesy of Joga Bonito. Wang Jihao equalizing just before halftime, and then 2 stoppage time heartbreakers from Heather Bull, putting SFB, the defending champions, in the win column to start this season. Tamara Whittington is your player of the match with 2 assists on the day. A brace from Bull, and of course a goal from Jihao. You can't deny their performance, but again, full credit to Catalonia. Seeming like they had the champions' number, potentially, but ultimately wasn't their day. Certainly performed better than the scoreline would suggest. But it's the points that count, and Schwarzwälder has all 3 of them today. 3-1, the final score there. Next up, we move on to Hollywood FC versus AC Romana. Both teams looking to improve on disappointing campaigns last time out. AC Romana having recently, well, somewhat recently, season 15, won an SSL championship, but those days seem a little far in the rearview mirror over the last few seasons. Meanwhile, Hollywood, of course, one time a dominant team in this league, have since fallen from those lofty heights, but looking to come back with a now rapidly maturing core. It's a very unorthodox formation for Hollywood. Looks like a 3-4-3, but the 3 at the end there a little haphazard, shall we say. Meanwhile, it's Romana with a 4-2-3-1 on the other side. It's going to be very fascinating to see these 2 teams play throughout the season. And they'll get us underway here on match 3 of match day 1. Hollywood kicking us off, and it's Cormier immediately bursting up the near flank. Now switching to the other side, it's Gorgon now. Gorgon losing out to Pedrillo. Long ball from Neuer for Romana. The new goalkeeper for Romana. Mulgrane into the box, and Neuer called into action very quickly. Brooks can't quite bring it in possession, and now Romana coming forward. Brooks. Gorgon losing out to Nunez there. But headed back down, it's Gorgon again in the area, and Neuer holds on. Neuer, the replacement for a long time Romana London goalkeeper Patrick Kerrigan, who signed with Cairo in the off-season. With Tokyo Cairo, excuse me. Brooks losing out on possession, goes down in the box. Referee says it was a clean challenge. Hoppity. Whiteman sending it out wide. Nunez sending it right back. Very nearly a miscue. Closa was lurking but couldn't quite get the run on it. Now Romana building through the middle here, but sent away. Lightning to Brooks. Now here's Gorgon. Hollywood coming forward again. Gorgon making a really good run, but ultimately winning the corner. Brooks sending it in. Here's Gorgon. And Brooks offside. Well, you're sending the ball long. Headed down by Kronkowski, but Hollywood able to retain possession. Cormier. Closa, out wide to Gorgon. Now Brooks making a run. Brooks squaring it for Closa. And Closa sends it over the bar. A disappointing finish from a very well-worked move. Lightning. Through to Closa, trying to take some touch, but Blackman is there. Brooks puts it in, opposite post. Jalen Brooks. He's one of Hollywood's star players, and he showed why there. Closa losing out to Blackman. Brooks taking that touch, taking Nunez out of the play entirely, firing it out of the reach of Neuer, and tucking it just inside the post opposite. So Hollywood holding on to their 1-0 lead late in this first half as Neuer sends the ball down the pitch. Closa, though, getting onto it, and it's past Neuer, and in the net, Gerd Closa makes it 2 for Hollywood. Let's look at that again. It was a goal kick from Neuer, or a free kick rather. Hoppity trying to head it down, but Closa able to get to it before anyone else. And Neuer beaten at the near post by that finish. A bit of a set-piece miscue here for Romana, and they've been punished for it. Now Gorgon at the edge of the area, and it's 3! Hollywood rapid fire with the goals here late on in the first half. Gorgon takes the touch at the edge of the area, completely unmarked. And Hollywood stamping their authority on this match. Romana powerless to do anything but watch. Is this Hollywood team finally coming into its own after several disappointing seasons? The core has matured, grown alongside one another. Is that camaraderie finally going to see them through? Meanwhile, it's Romana looking to come forward. Pinkman cutting it back and rolls for Nunez, who sends it over and does win the corner. Romana not counting themselves out yet, demanding not to be counted out yet. As this corner goes in, headed up into the air, Blackman almost back for Kronkowski, but Walbrich deals with it. You're very near halftime. Nunez with the deep throw in. Kronkowski dribbling past the opposition, and Hall able to tip the ball behind. It'll be just enough time for Romana to take this corner. Kronkowski whips it in, headed up into the air. Brooks sends it away. And that will be how it stands at the half. Hollywood bursting into life with a flurry of lethality. 3 goals in the latter stages. The first one from Jalen Brooks, then Gerd Closa, and then Gorgon. It's a very, very good performance thus far from Hollywood. Romana just about shell-shocked by that flurry of goals. We'll need to think of something quickly in this second half. And we are underway once again here at the pitch. And it is Romana who come forward here. Free kick from Gronkowski, headed up and away, but Hoppity getting to it. Nunez. Nunez again, and Hall. Fingertips pushing it around the post. Villaloro with a corner kick here. And another one for Romana. Now it's Hollywood's turn for another corner kick. Gorgon, having scored from one already, instead plays it to Hunt. This time it's blocked. Brooks to deliver the free kick, but instantly dealt with by Levere. Justinison, the new arrival from Sao Paulo, trying to get onto the end of that one, but ultimately unable to. Now Mograine. Trying to get past Muller, fails initially. Mograine tries again. Into the mass, and Lightning sends a thunderbolt over the bar. Well, 20 minutes left in this match. Hollywood still pushing despite already being up 3 goals. They'll be hoping this is a sign of things to come as Mograine takes a touch into the box. Martel, and it's 4! Apologies for the voice break, but this really is an enthralling performance here from Hollywood. Mograine finds Martel, who takes a touch. Levere too far away to do anything about it. The bright lights shining on the pitch today. It's over the top for Romana. Gronkowski holding on to it, looking to get at least one back, and the referee giving a penalty. Referee saying Brooks a little reckless in the challenge there on Nunez. VAR will rule on this. The penalty has been given. It's Pinkman to take the penalty, potentially claw one back. I apologize. I don't know what's gotten into me, but Pinkman has scored that penalty. The clean sheet broken for Hollywood. Is there more to follow, or will Hollywood be able to hold on to this advantage? Deep throw for Romana. Nunez running out over Brooks. Gronkowski over the top. Down to Justinison, but Cormier able to deal with it. And it's another penalty that's been given. Referee going over the monitor this time, but Hollywood starting to potentially throw this match away with careless challenges in the box. But will VAR uphold the penalty? It does. And that's 2 penalties for Romana now. A second chance for Pinkman, already having scored 1. And this time, denied by Hall. Romana coming out of it with a corner kick. They will be kicking themselves for not scoring that penalty as Hall holds on to the ball. That could have really kick-started a comeback there. But as it is, Romana still 3 goals down with time dwindling. Brooks heading it back. Lightning. Hunt sending it back. Cormier. Mograine ultimately forcing back to Dexter Hall. Hall still riding the high of that penalty save, as you would. Gorgon crosses in. Can't quite find a header. Mograine tries again. Mograine. And that one takes a deflection and goes past Neuer in goal. And it's an own goal from Emmanuel Blackman. As if this day couldn't get any worse for Romana. Hoppity trying to clear it, but only finds Hunt. Blackman tried to get the foot in to stop it, but it took just the wrong deflection. Miller diving out of the way, trying to stop the intended trajectory. And Blackman left holding the bag. Gronkowski tries to go top corner, hits it off the post, and the follow-up chance well over. So all signs pointing with added time just about elapsed to a dominant victory for Hollywood FC today. And indeed, the final whistle goes. Hollywood starting the season in style with a 5-1 defeat of AC Romana. 5 different goal scorers for Hollywood, including an own goal from Blackman. Brooks opened the scoring, followed by Klose, Gorgon, Martel, and that own goal. Pinkman able to claw one back via penalty for Romana, but it's Dexter Hall with the penalty save that is your player of the match for Hollywood. A strong team performance, though, for the team from Southern California. They'll be hoping that this is their year. As for Romana, a rough day at the office. They'll be back to the drawing board after this one. Certainly wanting to put this one behind them as fast as they can. We'll be hoping it's not a sign of more to come. But it is Hollywood who are victorious in match 3 of today's video. They will win 5-1. And now we move on to our final match of the day, União Sao Paulo against CA Buenos Aires. Sao Paulo, one of the surprise packages of last season, after having several campaigns rooted to the foot of the table, have really come into their own over the last season. Capable of really taking it to pretty much any other team. They are definitely ones to watch as that young core finally starts to gel. It's a 3-4-3 with wingbacks Hashimoto and Cotswold for Sao Paulo. They'll be taking on Buenos Aires, always a tough out with a 4-2-3-1. Sterling Scott up top, making their major league debut. So here it is, the final match of Matchday 1 of Season 19, and we are underway here in Brazil. This is Buenos Aires who kick us off. Rubio intercepting that pass. Sao Paulo gaining possession. And very quickly, it's a corner kick for Sao Paulo. Hashimoto delivers. Headed away, but Hashimoto able to get back to it. From range, just inside the box. And it's another corner kick. This one delivered in, and it's just over the bar. As I say, this Sao Paulo team really one to watch this season. Had a real surprise campaign as Habjanic gets onto this ball and misses a wide open chance past Kabiri. My goodness, how did he miss that? An error from Buenos Aires, nearly putting that on a platter, but unable to capitalize on it, Sao Paulo. Might get another chance here. Hashimoto up the near wing. Pass to the group. Squares it. And that shot from Rubio right at Kabiri. Habjanic to deliver the corner kick. And Kabiri deals with that with no problem. Well, Sao Paulo, having all of the chances in the early stages here, had one really good opportunity, unable to make it count, but looking the more likely to score, as Buenos Aires have not had a shot yet. Peixoto. Patrick, forward for Eilish. Forced out wide. Cutting it back inside now for Habjanic. Fiacre pressuring Habjanic, but it's worked away. Gagne blocked, and it's coming up the other end, at least for the moment. Peixoto now with a free kick, finding De Groot. Puts the cross in, and Habjanic denied by the header. The referee has given a penalty here, it looks like. Well, I'll be honest, I'm not sure for what. I kind of lost track of what happened in the box, but the referee has given a penalty. VAR will confirm via the monitor. And the verdict is no penalty given. Whatever happened in the box, VAR ruling that it wasn't enough to warrant a spot kick. Calvin Ball holding on to that cross. Now Eilish. Cotswold. Into Habjanic. Habjanic has a go. And Kabiri able to push that one behind. Now Hashimoto. Loading it in, and once again Kabiri more than equal to that corner. Sao Paulo very much on top in this match, but unable to really put anything home yet. Buenos Aires perhaps just trying to hold on until halftime, although they are holding onto the ball fairly well here. Until that moment, Gagne nicking it off of Munoz, and now comes the counter-attack from Sao Paulo. De Groot to the end line, back to Hashimoto, inside the box. Inside, takes some deflections, Kabiri keeps it out. I don't know how, but Kabiri kept it out. My goodness, that broke quickly. Free kick from Fiacre, ultimately played back to Barrera Strongin. Away by Beakley Eilish. Harrison there to collect. Habjanic winning the ball off of Fiacre, but Fiacre tracking back well. Lestrazen Smith now inside to Gagne. De Groot's touch a little loose, and Louis Duck deals with it. Pass forward now for O'Leary. Is the break on for Buenos Aires? Forward for Scott. Played into O'Leary. O'Leary scrambles, and Ball holds onto it. A bit of a heart-and-mouth moment there for Sao Paulo. Very nearly cleaved open on the break, but ultimately comes to nothing, though there is now a corner kick for Buenos Aires. Did that counter-attack wake them up? Eilish heads it in the air. It's back for Brooks Bertrand. Squared for Barrera Strongin, and that shot, never really troubling Ball. Deep throw here for Sao Paulo just before the break. Lestrazen Smith's pass cut out by Fiacre, and once again Buenos Aires streaming forward, but Eilish there to break up the move. Scott puts the challenge in, but Sao Paulo retaining possession here. Cotswold. And inside has a go, and that one ended up in the stands. And that will be it. Sao Paulo with a bevy of chances, but unable to really put any of them away. Strong performances from Kabiri and some very questionable finishing leave this one still 0-0 at halftime. Buenos Aires fairly languid for most of that first half, but did have a couple of really good chances there toward the end of the half. Will they come out guns blazing in the second half? Tension in the air thick here in Sao Paulo. Zach Mulder making their way onto the pitch for Vito Habjanic. Mulder, one of the draftees in this most recent prospect draft, nearly getting around Harrison there, and does win the corner. Hashimoto sending in the corner kick. Doesn't quite beat the first man. Cotswold trying to take a touch pass, getting called. And that shot from Velstrazen Smith wins another corner. And corner kick from Cotswold headed back out. Cross comes in again, and Velstrazen Smith nearly winning the goal at the near post. As it is, it's another corner. Once again drilled in near the end line. Just about parallel to it. But Hashimoto ruled offside. Nerve de Groot. Switches play to Cotswold. Cotswold winning another corner. A lot of chances from attacking set pieces for Sao Paulo. None of them with any real product so far. Hashimoto drills it in once again. And that'll be a free kick to Buenos Aires. Foul play just outside the box there. Alfiacra stands over the free kick, and it's off the bar. And Duck brought down in the box, but referee says play on. And so nearly a goal out of nowhere for Buenos Aires. Now Duck squaring it. And O'Leary forces a block out of Beakley Eilish. All of a sudden, it's Buenos Aires who are in the ascendancy. Brooks Vitron. Ended up and away. Hashimoto able to deal with it. Munoz nearly losing out to Rubio there. Almost did again, but here's Munoz. Brooks Vitron now. Trying the through ball, but Peixoto winning it away, but long shot though from Scott. And ball pushes it over the bar. Brooks Vitron crosses in. Headed up again, Scott. All the way out to again call. Munoz, and another good save from Ball. Buenos Aires wearing down Sao Paulo, at least they hope, through all of these corner kicks. And call forward to Brooks Patron. Munoz blocked by Gagne, but Brooks Patron gets to it first. Buenos Aires keeping up the pressure. Here's Harrison. Inside for Munoz. And that's over. Well, at one point it looked like it was Sao Paulo's match to lose. But with a lack of end product, Buenos Aires have come roaring back into this match. Neither side have yet scored, but some very good chances on either side of the field. And right now it's Buenos Aires with all of the momentum. And another corner kick courtesy of David Brooks Patron. And that one's headed right at Ball. I believe that was Bradford. Bradford making a real standout performance at the recent WSFC, turning that form hopefully into end product for Buenos Aires. Rubio playing his way out of trouble here. Cotswold's pass intercepted. With less than 10 minutes to play, and it has been a real exciting match. Neither team willing to let it ride. It looked like Sao Paulo had the upper hand, but Buenos Aires really showing their stuff here. But with time running down, it's looking like another 0-0 draw, similar to the first match. That long shot from Cotswold, held by Kabiri, and the final whistle goes. Another exciting match that somehow ends 0-0. Both sides with a litany of really good chances. Ultimately, though, neither side able to make one go in the net. Calvin Ball, your player of the match, for a really good performance in goal. Credit, of course, to Nisag Kabiri for Buenos Aires, with a similarly stellar performance between the sticks. Both defenses in general with a really good showing today, keeping the clean sheet in both cases. The attackers not really able to get balls into those attacking positions to really make them pay. And that is going to do it for Matchday 1 here in Season 19 in the Major League. Before we go, let's take one quick look at how everything went on Matchday 1. We started off with a 0-0 draw between Tokyo SC and Reykjavik United. Then the reigning champions SFV able to beat Catalonia, who very nearly had a shock result after going ahead 1-0, ultimately conceding 3 in a row. Hollywood with a dominant performance over AC Romana, 5-1 the score there. And then we just witnessed the 0-0 draw between Sao Paulo and Buenos Aires. Well, thank you so much for joining me here on Matchday 1. It's been an incredible match day, and there's still 13 more to go. It's going to be a really enthralling ride, and I hope to join you for at least part of it. Until next time, this has been Metafiction. Take care.